Are we on? Oh. All right, welcome everyone. We're here to watch 2009 Team Vermont versus Team Maine. Team Maine is going to be home team this time. Promises to be a good matchup with these two. Maine has 14 skaters, 2 goalies. Vermont has 15 skaters, 2 goalies. In goal for Vermont is going to be James Hayer. And no news yet. I think it's going to be Randall, maybe? Vermont's had a hard scrabble so far in this tournament. Looks like it's Shoot Sir in goal. He's got the Vaughn pads, Bauer blocker, maybe a Bauer glove. It's like the Bauer Supreme stick, same on the other end actually. Face-off won by Maine. Maine moving around behind their end. Now out into neutral ice, challenged by Ace McRitchie. Maine turns it around, makes entry onside with speed. Watton, and that's a goal in the very first shift. Watton. Is it? Yeah, it's Watton. Came up just by the hash marks, shot it far post. Off the post and behind James. 14:42 left in the first. 1-0, Maine up by 1. I think it's the same group out there for Maine. Face-off won again by Maine. Thibodeau moved around. Had a corner over. Vermont trying to exit. They make it out to neutral, controlled by Maine. Now it's kicked down the other way inadvertently. No ice. Maine at their own blue line, trying to get it into neutral. Now Vermont puts it around up the boards, makes it into neutral. Lanzetta tracking it down, controlled by Maine. Pushed forward. Vermont goes for a change. And Maine sets up in their zone. Now into neutral. Dumps it deep. Vermont controls. They push it up. Kick to his stick. And Maine takes it away. Turned over in the neutral. Shot in on James from the edge of the circle by the half boards. Right into the breadbasket. No further play. $13:25 left in the first. 1-0. Maine up by 1. Kenny takes the faceoff for Maine. Kind of a draw. Ends up with Vermont. Now pushed into the Maine zone as Welsh turns it around. Back the other way for Tabor. Now trying to exit. They do. Through neutral ice with speed. Entering the Vermont zone on sides. pushed towards the corner by Soya. Maine spins around, makes it to the slot. Saved by James, and there was a whistle, and then it went in, but they're calling it a goal. So James had it in his armpit. It trickled down, collected by a player right in front, dumped in the back. It's questionable when the whistle actually occurred, but they're calling it a goal. .12:48 left in the first. Face-off won by Vermont. Back to Ace. Ace puts it down deep. Maine's tracking. They peel it. Successfully exit, entering the zone on sides. Ace goes to play the body. He misses. Slot, cross slot pass. Doesn't find its man. Now out the other way. Griffin comes in. Shoots off the bar and up. It's a 2-on-1. Maine in the corner controls, tries to get it up the boards. They make it into neutral. Oh, a stick lift by Maine keeps it out of Ace's hands. Now pulling around, they set up. Cycling, come to the top of the slot. Pulls by the hash marks. Backhanded in on James, who has to make a quick save. Rebound was over there on the other side of the crease, but Maine couldn't capitalize. Partial change behind the play for Maine. Vermont trying to get it out of the zone. They come up, it's a 2-on-0. Escher and Griffin. Escher puts it 5-hole. Ref calls it a goal. It was cleared by a defenseman. I didn't see it because the goalie was between me and the puck. So with 11:25 left in the first, it's tied at 1. It went 5-hole with quite a lot of inertia, but ultimately I didn't see it past the red line. Ref did. Good to go. Ref is going to have some guidance. He's going to kick everybody out of the face-off. They do some musical chairs, and then Vinny takes it, won by Maine. Maine enters onside with speed, comes around to the edge of the slot. Very wide shot, looking for a rebound in front, maybe intentionally wide. Maine cycles up, top of the slot, over to the point. Thibodeau puts it down. No rebound there. Not trying to enter, but Maine kicks the puck into neutral. Back forward is Wellman. Moved over to Soya. Up, meant for Albertson. And put back down by Maine into the Vermont zone. Attempted D-to-D pass thwarted by Maine. Maine cycling in. Coming to the edge of the hash marks, shot directly into James's glove. And we'll have a defensive zone face-off in the Maine end, or in the Vermont end. Somerville takes the face-off for Vermont. Maine wins it back into the neutral zone. Trying to get it out. Oh, backhanded, intercepted by Vermont, but couldn't get it towards goal. Watton coming in. He's the goal scorer so far. Chipping at it up on the skirting. No delay in game. Now up to the point. Maine puts it back down. Deflected in front. No save necessary as it went wide of the post. Maine now behind the goal line. Looking for an opportunity for centering pass or wraparound. I'll put it on goal. Glove save, James. In and out of his glove a little bit. Maine trying to find a pass. Now behind the goal. Trying to put it forward. Almost tipped there, but now Vermont scoots it to neutral and then goes for a full change. Maine enters again quickly. New legs out there for Vermont. Webb puts it up towards the point. Still can't get it out of the zone. Bro to Wellman. Up to Quisnell. And Maine's got to exit the zone. They do, but so does the puck. Comes out for Nelson. Middle of the slot. Oh, quickly put on goal and pad save. Goalie. Wellman steers it to the side in the neutral ice. Maine pulls it to neutral, peels it for his friend. Now over for Lambert. Didn't look 100% on sides, but that's fine. Pulled up by the hash marks. Now Thibodeau. Put it on goal, deflected high. And then attempted shot blocked by Sawyer right in the slot. Maine cycling around. Coming up past the point. Dropping it down along the half boards. Now to the other point. Shot on goal, gloved out of the air by James. And we'll have a face-off in the Vermont zone. Albertson and Watton on the face-off. Face-off won by Vermont. Trying to move it up the boards. And Maine gets it back into the zone, but only momentarily. Taken off the puck by a defenseman. Ref goes down hard. He's still down. He may have gotten injured. May have taken a stick to the face there. Right back to business. That's all pro. Wipes the sweat off, and he'll do the face-off. Put to the side by Vermont. And now into neutral ice. Maine in control, moving it around. Now to Watton. Trying to get through neutral ice. Back up, intercepted by Parent, moved into neutral. And all the way down for icing. .646 left in the first period, 2-1. Maine up by 1. Ron trying to clear the zone, moving up the boards. In a shoving match, the puck ends up down behind the goal line. Getting there first was Maine. Puck comes off. Now up to the point. Put far down by Bernetti. Moving it forward is Wellman. Stopped in place is Kenny. Or Hinckley. Shot on goal and gloved out of the air. Shot by Bernetti at the edge of the circle by the slot. Briere and Watton on the faceoff. Faceoff won by Vermont. Put around by Soya. Little miscommunication there, and Maine takes it away. Turnover in the defensive zone for Vermont. Maine playing keep away here. Soya rescues it. Soya takes a knuckle sandwich, but no call. And Maine controls, shoots just over Hayer's shoulder, and that's a goal with sustained offensive zone time by Maine. So with 5:09 left in the first, it's 3-1, Maine ahead. Face-off won by Maine. They set up in their zone. Move to Thibodeau. Centering pass, doesn't find its man as it's defended by Lanzetta. And trying to get a shot off, backhanded towards James. He has to make a quick pad save. Now Maine shot on goal is just wide. Tabor with it, pulls up, waits to draw someone and then to get it down. Goes behind the goal line. Vermont pivots. Up but not out. And shot on goal from the point is wide. Pinned along the boards. At the point, Vermont trying to inch it out into neutral ice. They finally do, and Maine looks to re-enter. Goalie steers it towards the corner, and then it's launched into the other zone by Vermont. Ice is waved. Cournoyer moves it up. Maine has to clear the zone. Briere looking to enter, but loses the puck at the blue line. Moves it back to defenseman. Oh, and then a turnover right in the crease, or right in the slot. James has to hold the post there. Now Maine coming through, pressuring again in the offensive zone. Centering pass from the corner, doesn't find anyone waiting. And now out into neutral, courtesy of Somerville and Vermont. Now out into neutral. Briere tries to wrangle it. Looking for reinforcements, gets it to Sawyer. Maine retrieves, and Watton goes in. James has to quickly manage a juggling puck there. And we'll have a face-off in the Vermont zone. Face-off won by Maine, put directly on Hare. He has to make a quick save. Rebound comes out. Now Maine trying to get it on goal again, comes out into neutral. Wrestling furiously was Griffin. And Cooper Bro puts it on net, but goes high. Now it's a 2-on-1 the other way. Ace defending, gets a skate on it. Oh, puck comes down to the player waiting back door, who is Kenny. Couldn't quite get a stick on it before James slid over. Maine makes entry. Drops the puck for Parent. Or that was Graves, sorry. .136 left in the first, 3-1. Maine down. Maine up by 2. Soya puts it into neutral. Maine collects, puts it back. Off the glass. Soya furiously trying to get there, gets pushed over for his trouble. And a backhanded attempt ends up in James's glove. Shots on goal a little bit lopsided, 15-3. .118 left in the first period. Face-off move to the side. Maine controls, shoots it directly into the thigh of a player, and he's still down, limping to the bench. Maine moves it forward, stopped by Albertson. Albertson turns it around, and there's a self-trip by a Maine player. Another one. Albertson tracks it down in the corner, moves it around looking for Bo. Molinari stops it at the point, puts it back down. Trying to get something going towards goal is Vermont, but Maine controls and is able to exit the zone. Lambert enters on sides, tries to get it towards goal, but Molinari's in the way. Then shallow angle shot defended by James. Now back out into neutral as Quisnell makes entry on sides with Bo. Shot wide, goes all the way around up the boards. Webb moves it into neutral ice, keeping it out of the defensive zone for Vermont. And that's the end of the period. So at the end of the first 15 minutes, we've got 3-1, Maine up by 2. And we've got a face-off here, Central Ice, second period, long change period. Face-off won by Maine. Now back to the defensive zone. Maine trying to move it through neutral ice. Stopped by Albertson. Over to Briere. Back up to Bowe. Briere trying to kick it to Bowe. Ends up with Maine the other way. Maine trying to move it through the slot to get a good pass. Bowe stood up and stays where he was. Watton makes entry on sides. Shot and deflected up into the netting. Kenny on the faceoff for Maine. It's won by Vermont against Cooper. Welsh battling for it, makes it over to Kinney. Kinney trying to push it towards Brunetti. Brunetti pulls up and then retains it behind the net. Comes up to the hash marks, just passed through to the point, over to the other point. Then middle of the circle, trying to get it towards goal. It's deflected by a player's ankle. Now at a neutral, pushed forward by Griffin. Kenny stops it dead. Comes around the horn, leaves it for Welch. Welch trying to stretch past it to Kenny, but he gets turned around. Now Maine through neutral ice. Pushing it along one-handed. Now behind the goal line. Up to the point. Player sets up. Looks for a shot, can't get one. Tries to pass. Ends up trying to homicide the ref. Puck trickles in towards James. Just wide of the post. And now into neutral ice as Welsh came off of his stick. Welsh comes around just by the goal line, tries to tuck it in. James had the post sealed. Now behind the back. Taken away by Bro. Bro tries to move it up the boards, but Maine stops it. Centering pass. James has to make a quick stick save. That was a negative angle shot. Looking for a bank, I think. Now peeled off the boards by Wellman and turned around by Maine. Oh, Watton's way offsides. Now again. Now left for Watton at the point. Pulled off the puck by Griffin. It winds up edge of the, at the top of the slot. That's Foisey from the top of the slot. Beats the goalie on the glove side. That's 4-1 with 12:04 left in the second. Face-off won by Maine, and now they stream into the zone, 3 aside. Shot from the edge of the circle directly into James's glove. No further play. 11:56 left in the second, 4-1. Maine up by 3. Watton and Somerville. Face-off won by Watton. Now up to the point. Back down to the half boards. Over to the other point, where Thibodeau. Shot on goal is high and wide. And now out into neutral, courtesy of Somerville. Way past the paint comes the goalie to play it and chips it to neutral in a brilliant move. Somerville was sliding down to play it, so they couldn't re-enter the zone without being offsides. Put down by Maine, now behind the goal line. Going around the ref. Over to Thibodeau. Shot on goal, blocker saved, up into the netting. Oh no, not into the netting. Came back down and there's a hand pass. It looked like it was in the netting, but it just came down just shy. And as Maine was the offenders of the hand pass, it'll come out in a neutral. Face off, kind of a draw, goes to the side. Albertson moves it forward. Now Parent. And Maine turn it around. They set up in their zone. D pass. Looking for a give and go. Got lost in Bo's skates. Maine comes around, makes space, and from the edge of the hash mark, shot just over James's pads under the glove. 5-1, Maine up by 4. And that was a beautiful shot by Kenny. Skated just past a couple of defenders. Edge of the hash marks, just turned and shot. Good shot. Bro and Kenny on the faceoff, won by Vermont. Solia sets up, moves it forward. Trying to steer it forward was Griffin. Takes a skate or a stick to the face, and now has to go off. Solia delays the guy while Ace takes the puck. Bro is harassing in the offensive zone for Vermont and put down by Graves. Bro comes around, tries to put it on goal. The goalie slides to make the save as that centering pass was put towards goal by Graves. Ace McRitchie comes in to make a shot. Defended well, and now Austin has to put it forward. Directly on goal. Goalie puts it forward for his defenseman. And Vermont retains it in the zone briefly. Now back for Briere. Only in the zone for a second. And that's too many men. So that's a self-inflicted penalty always. Somebody's going to have to sit in the box. And why are we still trying to field 6 players over on this team? All right. So we've got a 5-on-4 for a minute and a half. Penalty's not up on the scoreboard yet. Now it is. Maine sets up, now up to the bumper. Welsh puts it over to the point. Back down half boards. Vinny not getting sucked in. There's an errant move, and Vinny pounces. Can't get the puck to neutral ice. Cycling around, cross-slot pass defeated by Sawyer. Maine sets up. Looking to cycle. Welsh from the point, right into the bread box. No further play. Change for Vermont, as we'll have a face-off in the Vermont zone. Face-off won by Maine, back to Welch. Welch trying to get it over. Defeated by Bro. Parent makes the red line, moves it forward. It doesn't matter if you made the red line because there's no icing on a PK. Puck comes back to Webb. Over to Austin. Up just past Cooper. Now Maine cycling. Now through neutral ice. Shot on goal directly into the bread box. No rebound. 13 seconds left on the PK for Vermont for too many men. 8:09 left in the second period. Face-off won by Vermont, trying to get it forward. Maine retains it, gets there, middle of the slot. Shot on goal is high. Bro pins Maine's man. Now over to the other side. Penalty expires, even strength. Maine enters. Gets pushed aside by Ace. And now at a neutral as Connolly pushes it over towards Tabor. And now up. Kenny again. Down behind the goal line. Battling for it. Makes to Lambert. Now over to the corner. Vermont controls. Skies it. Intercepted by Tabor. Able to make entry on right away. Puck gets taken off as Vermont plays the body. Voisey puts it over. Making entry on sides. Oh, puck comes out into neutral. They have to clear. Voisey again. Over towards Connolly. Connolly entering with Tabor. Trying to get it over towards Watton. And that's a goal. James was sliding. Watton shoots it from the edge of the circle. And we'll have a goalie change as Gamage takes the net here for Vermont. 6-1. Maine up by 5. 6:43 left in the second. I think that wasn't because James was pulled. It's just middle of the game. Shot on goal from the neutral ice goes wide. Now Watton over in the corner. And Nally keeps it in the zone from the point. Trying to dance it around, get it to friendly face. Shot on goal, 2 saves by Bowden. Shot by Nolly and another by, I think it was Connolly. Shot by Griffin, pad save. Now up to the point. Vermont loses it very quickly down towards the goal, but it's wide. Malakis tries to get there, but he's pinned. Shot on goal is saved by the goalie. Almost 5-hole. Ends up getting pinched just between. And we'll have a face-off in the Maine zone. Maine wins the face-off clean. Over into the corner. Pulls up, tries to keep it. Briere is there. And centering pass ends up out into neutral. Back quickly, 3-on-2. Put towards goal, looking for a rebound. Webb able to tap it down, but ends up in neutral now. Gamage holds on, he'll take a face-off. As Maine was on the doorstep. 5:08 left in the second. 6-1, Maine up by 5. Out to Maine, right on goal. Pad save Bowden. And then it's booted in as the rebound was right in the paint. Couldn't get his glove on it fast enough. Seven to 1. Watton wins the faceoff. Back to Welch. Moving it forward. Taken away by Bro. Shot on goal, and that's a goal. Right off of the far post. Over the blocker side. Hits the post and behind the goalie. So it's 7-2 with 4:43 left in the second. Cooper Bro. Face-off won by Maine. Boise moves it forward to Connolly. Connolly with the toe drag successful. Moves it over towards Bowden. He has to make a quick pad save. Shot from the point. Stick save. Now moved forward. Almost into neutral ice. And that's a goal as it was coming through the slot. Kid waiting back door. 7-3. Watton again. That might be a hat trick for him. Or 8-2, sorry. Maine moving in with speed, now behind the goal line. Coming around the horn. Protecting the puck, trying to edge in. Taken away by Kenny. Sandwiched to the boards by McRitchie. Now moved up by Griffin. Looking for Kuznell. Now behind the goal. Maine moves it the other way. Puck trickles wide as Maine couldn't get a shot off coming through the defenders. Centering pass defeated. And now up to the point. Maine sets up, put it on goal. Gloved out of the air by Bowden after a stick save. So it's 8-2 with 3:22 left in the second. Shots are still very lopsided, 28-12. Watton on the faceoff. Won by Maine, but taken forward by Somerville. Somerville around the goal. Looking for a way to get it out front for Briere, who is waiting. Now to Austin at the point. Shot on goal, deflected by, or blocked by a player in front. Doubled over for a second. Briere moves over to Sawyer. Or Austin, sorry. Tabor, cross-size pass. Centered for Brunelli. Couldn't quite get there. Or Brunetti. Now May moves it around through neutral ice with speed. Watton coming like crazy. Trying to get a shot off. Defended well by Soya. Now centering pass also defeated. Into neutral. Maine controls. D-to-D pass. Slings it forward for Brunetti. Brunetti and Watton make entry. And Lambert is there as well. Brunetti cycles around. Brings it down. Oh, and Bowden with an inadvertent save. Didn't realize the puck was coming at him with the screen. Quick whistle. It didn't look like he had it covered up. The ref was on the other side of the net, so we'll have a stoppage in play with 2:02 left in the second. Parent and Kenny. Face-off won by Bo. Moved forward by Ace. Ace plays the body. Puck remains with Maine. Then Cooper comes in. Maine puts it down behind the goal line. Trickles towards Bowden, but no save necessary. Now behind the goal. Maine tries to center, defeated by Sawyer. Maine in the corner, pinned. Now moved up into neutral ice, trying to homicide the ref. That goes for ice. .121 left in the second, 8-2. Face-off won by Maine, directly on Bowden, gloves out of the air, no further play. Face-off won again by Maine, up to the point. Shot is wide. Another shot, shallow angle, pad save Bowden. I don't know what this is about. Maybe net is off. Yeah, the net slightly off. They had to get their calipers out to figure that one out. That's fine. We'll take it. Face-off won by Vermont this time. Now Maine behind the net. Vermont moves it up the boards, but now it's back down, courtesy of Maine at the point. Maine sets up in neutral. Turns it around, and Kinney makes entry. Lambert's there with him, as well as Connolly. Back to Tabor, I think. Now Nelson moving it forward for Vermont. It's a 3-on-1. Cross ice pass does not find its man. And now Maine the other way, 2-on-1. Oh, and that's a goal as the cross slot pass found its guy. Shot over Bowden's shoulder off the back post. And that was Lambert. Lambert on that 2-on-1, received the pass. Shot and goal. So it's a 9-2 with 19 seconds left in the second. Briere moves forward. Shot on goal, pad save. Vinny's shot on goal. It's deflected up into the netting, and we'll have a stoppage in play with 4 seconds left. Yeah. Briere and Watton. Oh, Watton gets waved out. Maybe this is the watershed moment that Vermont needs. Nope. Evidently not. So that's the end of the second period. They're going to cut the ice, and we'll see you guys back here in another 15 minutes for period number 3. All right, we are back for the third period. Schutzer back in goal for Maine. Gamage in goal for Vermont. Face-off won by Vermont, but scooped up by Maine. Now into the Vermont zone. Behind the goal line. Maine trying to center it, moving up the boards. Rescued by Albertson. Albertson over, he's got Bro. And Maine controls behind their goal. Connolly moves it over. Foisey in a battle and then a collision. Now Thibodeau moving it through neutral ice. Over to Wooten. Now down behind the goal line, moving up just to the point. Can't quite retain it. Vermont pushes it into neutral. Maine puts it down behind the goal line, comes around all the way to the half boards. Trickles in towards the goalie. Now off the boards, almost on goal again. And into neutral ice. Maine controls, Wooten. And then Somerville strips it away. Middle of the high slot, gets steered towards the corner. Trying to center it towards Kuznell, can't quite get there. And now a 3-on-1. Wooten back to Cornier, trying to take it backhand. Goalie defends. Centering pass does not find Wooten. Foisey can't find it either, or Tabor. Nally moves it up for Bernetti. Into the Vermont zone. Now into neutral. Maine has to tag up. They do. Webb tried to move it around, but it ended up with Maine. Now on goal, high and wide, no save necessary. Now into neutral. Briere has it. Shot on goal is high, looking for a rebound. Comes all the way out, back to the Vermont zone. Now into neutral. Maine's got to tag up, they do. Making entry again. Shot directly on goal, right into Bowden's glove. And we'll have face-off in the Vermont zone. Nine to 2 is the score, so we're going to go to running time with 11:55 left in the game. In and out of Bowden's glove, quick whistle, which is okay. The clock is ticking away, so there's no stoppage, really. Wooten and Briere. Face-off won by Wooten. Just past Thibodeau's stick. Lanzetta on a tear. Gets pushed down behind the goal. Briere with a centering pass. Can't quite find a one-timer. And that's judged offsides. As I think it was... Was that Wooten? Yeah, Wooten was just not quite with his skates on the blue line. Albertson and Wooten, won by Albertson. Over to Bro. McRitchie. Sawyer up to Albertson. Wellman stops him on the goal line. Shot from the point. Stick save. Puck comes around the other way. Maine peels it. Trying to move it forward is Foisey, but it's kept in by Albertson. Bro controls it. Moves it to McRitchie. Wellman to McRitchie. Puts it deep. Goes for a change. Parent in pursuit. Foisey keeps it out of his reach. And now moved into neutral ice. Lambert moving it into the forward zone. Vermont able to extricate it. And Maine puts it back down deep. Goes for a change of their own. Stoya gets there first behind the goal line. Takes a shoulder for his trouble. Now trying to make something happen is Maine. Up to the point. Shot directly on goal. It's blocked in front by their own player. Now trickles into neutral. Nelson looking for Quisnell. Taken away by Maine. Cornover. Somerville strips it. Moves to Wellman. Maine retreats and sets up in their zone. Molinari tries to make it to Somerville. Somerville trying to push it to Quisnell, but can't quite get there. And now Maine, in neutral ice, chips it deep, goes for a change. Maine up the half boards. Wellman defending. Keeps a centering pass from happening. Now there's 3 Maine people behind the goal line for a moment. Wooten tries to stuff it on goal, but Bowden had his pads down. Somerville and Griffin. Shot on goal is just wide. Comes back around. Lanzetta looking for it. Edge of the circle by the half boards. Now up to the other point. McRitchie. And Maine makes it to neutral. That looked way offsides. Nobody saw. The blue line belongs to whatever zone the puck is in. So you have to make it all the way across in order for it to be in the offensive zone. Shot from the edge of the circle right into the bread box. Bowden holds on, and we'll have a face-off in the Vermont zone. Bowden's on walkabout for now. Not sure why it's coming out, but fair enough. Sawyer puts it into the offensive zone. Lanzetta on a tear, almost there. Trying to chip it in was Briere. Now Maine the other way after a fierce little battle in the crease. Shot goes high. Rebound. Bowden's got to bat it to the side with his glove. 6:36 left in the game. Graves was offsides as Briere was still in the zone. Didn't get the memo about it being in neutral. And we'll have an offsides face-off over here by this penalty box. Face-off one forward by Maine. Connolly gets there. It's got Lambert and Kenny. Kenny in the corner. Moves it around. Looking for Lambert. Connolly rescues it on the half boards. But it's out in neutral ice, courtesy of Bro for Vermont. That's going to go for ice. So we'll have a Vermont zone face-off. Connolly and Albertson, or Kenny and Albertson. Face-off won by Albertson. Bro tries to get it neutral, just past Tabor. And Albertson moves it forward. Parent is there on the blue line as well. Parent was over before the puck was, so that's offsides for sure. You can't dangle on the blue line. That's going to cause this every time. Albertson wins the faceoff. Sawyer puts it forward. Exiting pass intercepted. Shot on goal is just wide. Maine peels it. Doesn't make it past Sawyer. Sawyer puts it on goal, gloved out of the air. No further play. 4:28 left in the whole game. Running time. Somerville on the faceoff with Wooten. And we're going to do that again because there was a problem of some kind. Watton's going to get waved off. Now up the half boards. Two blue jerseys free it up. Oh, can't quite make it past. Soya. Or is that Molinari? Yeah, I think that's Molinari. Yep. Stretch pass meant for Cornier, doesn't find him. So we'll go for ice, and running time 3:20. Briere on the faceoff. Makes it back to Ace McRitchie, but only in the neutral zone. Vermont tags up and then chases it down. Battle in the corner. Maine turns it around, pivots, goes around the horn, comes up the other side, leaves it. Now moved forward. Brunetti able to skate all the way down in past the goal line. Briere poking at it. Brunetti looking for Kinney. McRitchie leaves it for Briere. And middle of the slot, shot on goal. Bowden has to make a quick save. McRitchie puts it up the boards, makes it to the point. Maine puts it back down. McRitchie again. Pins it. 1:47 left in the game. Frees it up. Looking to put it up the boards. Maine is wise to it. Puts it back down. And center of the slot. Can't quite get a shot off. Now it's a 3-on-1. Briere and Lanzetta and Graves. Poked off of Briere's stick by Maine. Briere goes back in, but offsides, so we'll have a face-off at that far dot over there. Face-off one forward by Vermont. Now behind the goal line. Bro looking for it. Maine prevails. And now they exit with speed, turning it into 2-on-1. Sawyer racing back. Shot directly on Bowden. Pad save. Scooted to the side by his stick. Freed up and sent long. Played by the goalie. Cross ice pass for Wooten. Finds him. But Albertson frees it momentarily. Shot on goal is high. Gamage was already down in his butterfly for unknown reasons. Tempers flare as the game expires. And we'll be back tomorrow.